chippy game with these Steelers only 2 weeks after the last one?
Yeah, expecting a hard-fought game. It's gonna be tough, physical. It always is. Of course, Coach Tomlin gonna have it on their mind, and we're gonna be ready too.
What about that? After the game, they did a lot of talking about how the snow was the deciding factor in that game. Is that something you guys paid attention to, care about going into this game?
I don't know. We got to win. They got to say something when they lose, I guess.
I don't remember if you got asked about this, but you're getting fined for the stand in Georgia. Surprised that there was nothing for him?
Not really. The second guy always gets caught. I understand that, and it cost the team some yards, so dumb on my part.
Jim today was talking about the balance of, it's a chippy game, so playing, with heart and all that, but playing smart. Do you think you guys have that kind of balance down in a rivalry game like this?
Yeah, despite the circumstance, despite anything, record or whatever, you still got to see me every play. That's how I attack every snap, and that's how I try to play, stand out on tape and all that. So they still got to deal with me, and whether it be chippy or whatever, we're going in there to win.
Do you have to treat it any differently with Pickens because what you had with him the other day, because of what happened at the end of the game with Greg, and then he gets 2 more penalties against Cincinnati? Feels like there's always something going on with him, so you have to be extra careful.
Nah, I don't think we the ones that got to be careful. We do what we do and let them be bad.
Man, you haven't won in Pittsburgh since 2003 in the regular season anyway.
Dang.
What is it about that place that makes it so tough?
I don't know. Of course, they got a great fan base. They always show up, waving their towels and stuff. So I don't know. I did not know that, but hopefully it comes to an end.
I haven't swept them since 1988.
Oh yeah? Keep that in mind.
What would it mean for you guys to pull that feat off? Knowing it hasn't been done in a while, being them twice a year, especially in a season where some of your bigger goals obviously have kind of gone to the wayside, but it's just so small enough to accomplish like that.
I don't know. I know Cleveland will be feeling good about that, but we just trying to win, man. I don't care who it is, who it's against. You know what I'm saying? We know it's the Steelers, but I'm just trying to feel that winning feeling.
For you personally, how does that help your preparation because it was so recent?
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a game in between, but how does it help your preparation for this game?
It definitely helps. Definitely easier than playing them at the beginning of the year and at the end of the year. So we got stuff in the memory bank still. We know this team like the back of our hand, and we prepare for them. But we can't, ride that last, 2 weeks ago win and think it's going to be a rollover win again because, they're coming with it. We understand it.
Grant, I asked Jim Schwartz about the explosive plays you guys have run. You're approaching 60 of the 20-plus variety, but 12 of those have been 40 or more yards. And Jim said that, it's hard to fix something when there's no consistent metric between those plays. So I guess, what's it going to take for you guys to clean those up and, not allow those big plays to cost you games?
Yeah, the one last week, unacceptable. It's 3rd and whatever. It's 15, 13, I don't know what it was, but 90-yard touchdown is we got to knock it down. So, we just see ourselves beating ourselves, man, and it comes back on us in the end and results in losses. And that's been the theme this year. Not the theme, but it's been occurring a little bit too much. So we got to finish strong at this point. We playing for your love of the game and to be a spoiler. If you can have it, if I can have it, you can have it. So that's how I'm playing.
Speaking of sports, you said the interception Denzel made that Denzel was one of the best he'd ever seen.
Yeah.
Just in general.
One of the best he ever seen?
Yeah, he did say that. The way he stretched out deep in the field. Then he had
the one where he caught like this?
That's what I was thinking. But he did have the tip on the other one.
That was a good play.
My point is, what do you think of his play this year?
Oh, yeah, I think he's the best corner in the league, that I've seen. I'm a little biased, but I think that I don't know how many PBUs he has. He should have at least 5 picks, but he dropped a couple. But he's always around the ball, and he doesn't really get the recognition he deserves. So I'm definitely pushing that, 2-1 for All-Pro this year. He's been carrying our secondary for sure.
And he also won Walter Payton.
He did.
Can you just talk
Yeah.
that aspect of Denzel as well?
Yeah, you know, the Make Them Know Your Name foundation that he has, it's incredible the work he does with his family. It's off the field work is just amazing. You know, his story with his father and how he stretched that into real life and I mean current life and continuing that work, man. You gotta go do your research on that, and he always gets back to the city he's from.
Grant, going back to the adjustments just seeing the Steelers, how mental of an aspect is that? Because you know they're going to make adjustments, you guys are going to make adjustments, but you do have that knowledge to just play.
Yeah, just play, man. You know, we're gonna make our adjustments during the week, but I'm playing. I'm playing hard. I plan to stand out. I know it don't matter, like I said, the circumstances, they got to deal with me. Appreciate it. Thank you.
So
Jameis, Joel, Denzel.
James Jordan. I'd take that back.
I would. Good enough to get you beat. Just good enough to get you beat. Baby, come back.
Yeah, Bogate was one of your all-time good ones.
What was his first name?
Brandon Bogate.
Brandon Bogate.
Stalin Colonnade.
That was remade 3 times. Stalin Colonnade.
Stalin Colonnade, yeah. Yeah, I think so.
One year. Still.
It's not a huge deal.
You good?
You can afford it to the other guy.
Nope. Appreciate that. Thank you.
What does it mean being nominated as the
Yeah, it means a lot. It's a great honor that it's a big honor just in this league, and it doesn't happen often to a lot of people. For me to be able to have the opportunity for it to happen twice, it just means a lot. And I know it means a lot to my mom as well, and my brother, and everyone that takes part in my foundation and trying to spread heart health awareness. So definitely means a lot, and going to continue to try to make a positive impact in the community and in the world.
Make a Know Your Name Foundation. I mean, you guys, it has grown so much over the past couple of years. To see the things you were able to do, and then for it to culminate in an all-field award, what does that mean to you with that foundation in mind specifically?
Yeah, it means a lot. It just shows that the efforts that we've been doing has been paying off and helping and working, and so we're going to continue to push forward. And like I said, if we could save one life, that's going to mean the world to us, and try to just prevent fatality from happening in other people's lives. So just whatever we could do to just help.
Denzel, what did it mean to have your mom there for the surprise, and for her to be just as surprised as you in the moment?
Man, it means a lot. Like I literally, like I say all the time, she's the backbone of the foundation. She's really the Walter Payton Mom of the Year. Like she literally runs the foundation and does everything in there. And so it's really her award. Like I'll be telling her, like this is your award. You deserve this. And but I really appreciate her. She does a lot for the foundation and getting it going and setting up the events. And so I know she's appreciative of it as well.
So we know that your father is sort of the motivation behind starting it. Just how proud are you, or how much pride do you take in being able to sort of just like keep his legacy and his life going in a cool way, like with your foundation?
Yeah, it means a lot. I feel that he definitely set his own legacy, and but like you said, just trying to continue to keep his name out there, and like I said, just save lives, help as best way as we can, and but definitely means a lot though.
This year started with you being voted the captain for the first time in your career, man of the year, one of your best years on the field. How do you balance it against one of the worst team records of your career?
Yeah. I'm a team guy. I mean, the main focus is trying to get the win. So I'm really just out there trying to do as best as I can to help the team win and make plays and do what I can. But yeah, our record's not where we want it to be, obviously. But that's not going to stop us from going out and competing every day.
Other than that, is it your best year?
I believe so. Yeah.
Jim Schwartz was telling us your interception was like top 2 interceptions you've seen in all his years coaching. What about for you? Where does it rank in all of your picks?
I don't know. I think in all of my interceptions, I don't think it's my top 2. It is up there though. It is up there. But I was talking to him about it. I told him it's number 1 for him though. It got to be number 1 for him. But
Delpit said all you did was go out.
hey, I was just glad I was able to get my hands on the ball. So.
What would be number 1, the one in Cincy?
Which
The one you took it all the way
Yeah, I
back?
think that's probably number 1 right now. Yeah, for me.
You guys really struggled with the explosive plays this year. And I asked Jim about it. He said the difficult part of making corrections is that there's no common theme. It just seems to be a different situation every time you guys give one of those. How frustrating is that? And just like, as one of the better players in the backfield there, like what can you guys do to try and limit those from beating?
Yeah, just taking pride in our assignment and executing it to the best of our ability. Like I said, it's going to be different plays each week. Guys run different schemes and do different things as different players, and we're just trying to eliminate it all. We be playing a good game, but then sometimes we let one get loose, and we just got to try to find a way to eliminate it and play a clean game.
How close were you on that 93 yards?
Man, I keep beating myself up about that one. I feel I could have made a great play on that. I was right in position, just let it slip through. He threw a great ball, so it's definitely big shout out to Nixon and his accuracy and able to zip that ball in there.
There's a picture that looked like it was going through your arms. Did it go through your arms?
I don't think I touched it. I tried to come over the top and get it, and like I said, he threw a great ball and was able to get it in there.
Denzel, you said that this was your best year. Obviously, we know the stats are, but why to you does this year feel like your best?
Why does it feel like my best?
Yeah.
I just feel like I'm just playing with confidence and just enjoying playing with my brothers out there. So it's been fun. Like I said, our record's not where we want it to be, but just being able to be out there with my guys and playing a game of football, it's been exciting and making plays out there.
Pickens is a guy that Tomlin seems to be trying to coach away from blowing up. He had 2 personal fouls against Cincinnati. Is that an advantage you guys can take? I mean, is that something you guys can take advantage of, getting under his skin legally?
Yeah, I mean, potentially. Well, we just go out there and play our game. We're not going to get too caught up in all the extra stuff. And but, I mean, if anything comes about from it, then, you know, we'll handle it then.
A lot of talk in the locker room, though, was about snow was the deciding factor in that game. Is that something you guys took note of and, you know, are remembering as you go to Pittsburgh Sunday?
I mean, that's football. The game's played outside, you know, so that's a part of the game. It's going to be weather conditions. It's who's the best team on that day. So, I mean, that's the game of football.
How much does some of the other receivers on that team, like, do they talk a lot during the game, or is how does that kind of play out with you guys, given like some of the stuff that went on in the first week?
Yeah, I see some of those guys. They be talking like trash to a lot of teammates and stuff. They don't really talk trash to me. Anybody talking much trash, but I don't know. I accept it. They want to come talk to me. I'm cool with it. You know, we could go have a little show, put on the show out there. So I'm looking forward to it though.
Did you do anything specific in the off season this year, different than you did in any other year, to play the way that you are this year? Because it seems like you've taken your game to
I would say my biggest thing is getting closer to God and my faith. So just growing in my as I'm trying to put his best tape out there as I can and help this team win as best as I can. It's definitely something goal of mine that I plan to achieve. Thank you guys.
Congrats.
Organization hasn't swept the Steelers in the season since 1988. You know, obviously throughout your career, it's been a tough place to play. Just what would it mean for you guys to pull something like that off in a season where some of your bigger goals obviously have kind of gone away?
Yeah, it's a big challenge. Obviously, Pittsburgh's been a great organization for a long time. So if we can go out there and get a win this week and go 2-0 against them, it's a good step for us. You know, you always talk about winning your division, and we've obviously shown we can win our division games. We have to put some other stuff together as well. But it'll be a big challenge this weekend, but it'll be big for us if we can find a way to do that. It's the next game for us. I do think the guys are focused and are playing hard and fighting. Like you said, we're not where we want to be, but it's a division game. We just played them. There's some chippiness. Like, I think the guys will be focused and ready for the challenge.
Is there something about that building? I mean, you've played there a bunch of times. And
Yeah.
is there something just about walking in that place that gets you?
I think a home field advantage. You have a great defense. You have a great defense, and you were plus 15 in the turnover margin this year, and they're usually probably high in the turnover margin. It's a good recipe for winning. But like you said, we've struggled there in my career, so it's been a challenge. But I wouldn't, like, the fans are good. They scream, they yell, but it's nothing that we don't deal with. The Broncos fans were good, the Saints fans were good. Like, you go on the road in the NFL, like, they're good fans. So it's just a challenge for us. But I think we focus on ourselves and understand the fundamentals and execute the game plan, we'll have a chance.
Joel, I think it sounds like they're going to have Highsmith back, just having him and TJ and Cam. Like, how different does that pass rush look when he's out versus when he's in?
Yeah, I mean, they've had some guys. Herbig stepped up for him, and he was playing really well. But Highsmith dynamic, we've played him a bunch. He has a killer spin move. He's, they all go to the same school of pass rushing, but it'll be interesting. Maybe they'll throw Herbig or Highsmith or Watt on the inside a little bit more on third down, situations. But it's a big challenge. They, you can never have too many pass rushers, and they have a good crop of them. So it'll be a good challenge for us, but we'll be ready, and we're expecting them to come out and play. So it'll be a good look for us.
Jameis is so hard on himself after those pick sixes Monday night. How have you seen him kind of rebound and handle himself in the couple of days since you guys come back?
Yeah, he same old Jameis. He took all the blame, and it's a team game. Like, it's not all one guy's fault. But he's focused on this week, and he's trying to be better for us. But we were in position because of him as well. So it's give and take. But he's focused. He's ready. He's always going to be Jameis. So we're ready to roll with him.
He's a guy that really cares and takes pride in what he does. But at the same time, he plays with no fear, if that makes sense. What's it like playing with a guy that's not afraid to let it rip, but also at the same time, when he does, positive things don't always happen.
Yeah, he's just a football player. I think he trusts himself, and he says, I see it, I'm going to make it happen. He doesn't second guess himself. And as a lineman, you appreciate he plays on time, he moves around in the pocket, he takes his shots when they're there. Teams have zeroed us a few times, and we've beat them over the top a few times. So, it's part of the game, and we talk about taking care of the ball here, but we know he's gonna give us a chance, and I think you've seen it. Like, we want to convert some more in the red zone in some of those situations, but we're moving the ball well, and we're doing those things. So we'll play with Jameis. He goes out there and he gives us a chance.
Joel, after the game, he said he was praying for deliverance from the pick sixes, which kind of went crazy viral. Do you enjoy watching him with the mic and seeing and hearing some of that kind of stuff, and how fun is some of that stuff?
Yeah, I don't watch the interviews, but you get them on your Instagram or whatever it is. But it's not an act, like we were praying before the game, and he started breaking out the Monday Night Football theme song in his prayer, and so it's just part of who he is and his character and his energy. So you know who it is, but it's not a fake act or anything like that. So you go and you're around him, and that's just who Jameis Winston is, and you appreciate him for that. But I'm sure we'll get some more quotes as we go.
Hey Joel, when talking to Kevin, he said the pass protection was outstanding Monday night, but he also said that you guys have to run the ball more consistently. So how do you do that?
Yeah, we got to take a chance of our opportunities. I think we dropped back probably 60 times or whatever on Monday night, and they had the most sacks in the league, and the guys competed. We have another huge challenge in the passing game this week with the Steelers. But really the running game, I thought we started off well last game. Then it just comes down to executing. We got to find the right looks and run the right schemes into the right looks. But when we call a good play, and we have a 6-man box or a 7-man box, we have to find a way to get, positive yards and hopefully get one of these to break. We haven't had very many explosive runs this year, and that's just finishing our blocks, every position. But we just got to find a way to execute those plays, and it's really winning your one-on-one and making sure we're in the right calls.
Nick admitted that this week, going back to Pittsburgh, will have some extra emotional impact for him because it's obviously where the injury occurred. So how do you do that for him going back, and how emotional that will probably be?
Yeah, we always got Nick's back. He's so quiet, you never know when he's, even feeling emotions like that or anything like that. But it was obviously a big, situation in his life. And so we're going to have his back, and we're going to, hopefully get him going a little bit. But we know it's a big moment for him, and we'll always, ride with Nick.
Is that how Roy is in all the meetings?
Yeah, he has his moments. I would say maybe 1 in every 3 he lets a little outburst go like that. That's like a Thursday 8 a.m. meeting, so really wakes you up, that day. But no, he's an energy guy, and he's a Jersey guy, so he's going to have some of that to him. But yeah, it comes and goes. When he thinks we need it, he'll let us have it.
Is Jameis always in those meetings with you guys?
Yeah, that's like the blitz meeting for the week, or the protection meeting. We do that on Thursdays, and so that's a once a week meeting just to make sure we're all on the same page.
Did you see Zach Martin is having surgery? He's, I guess, heavily considering retiring. I mean, you guys have been together or in the league together a long time.
Yeah.
Same position. Just, I guess, what are your thoughts on a guy like that?
Yeah, I mean, great career. He's played a lot of football, and I remember him getting drafted and me getting drafted after him, and I've respected his game. I mean, technician, obviously he's going to be a Hall of Famer for sure. And if it is the end, it's a remarkable career, one of the best, guard careers of all time. And, we've talked a little bit here and there, but heck of a player, man. And from what I know, a heck of a person. So, wish him all the luck in whatever he, decides to do.
You've been here since day one with Denzel, and he was awarded Walter Payton Man of the Year this year. What are your thoughts on him getting that?
Yeah, great honor. I think it's his second time. I know he does a lot with his foundation. And he's just a good person. I think those awards come down to people that care. He wants to help his community out. He's from, the area, and Denzel's one of the good guys. So when anybody can get recognized like that, I think it's special. Being a past winner, you get 32 other guys, you get around like-minded people. It's a very cool award, and Denzel's, more than, impressive, and he's good for that award. Thanks. Yep. How we doing?
How are you?
Good. Good.
So, Jameis, you kind of went viral again a little bit for, deliver me from the pick sixes. So, is it kind of fun to see how that sort of took off out there?
No, I mean it's not fun. I take it very personally, but I do believe in prayer, and I know prayer works, but I still focus on the decisions. I can work technique stuff. I can work fundamentals, and I'm gonna continue to work fundamentals, and understanding that when those moments come up, focusing on the fundamentals and technique more than the moment.
Jameis, how are you able to balance being a player that truly cares about his responsibility, his contribution on the field, but at the same time you play fearless? And obviously, as you saw Monday night, the results aren't always positive.
Yeah.
How do you balance that as a player where you can still be aggressive, you're not afraid to be aggressive, even when you're coming off a game where you got burned being aggressive?
Yeah, I think one of our mottos as a team is that we're smart, not conservative. And my approach to the game is to attack the defense. But the beautiful thing about the quarterback is we touch the ball every single play. And it's more important to take care of the ball than sometimes make that huge play. But when the play presents itself, we make the play. And I think in Monday's night case, plays presented themselves, particularly the last 2-minute drives. When plays were there, I just didn't make the play. So analyzing that is, I'm going to make the play when it's time to make the play. Yeah.
How do you kind of work through, cutting down the interceptions? They're always part of a quarterback's career. They're always going to happen, but even as you get later in your career, how is that something that you kind of continue to work through and you talk about being better?
Yeah, I literally prayer and I snap and clear, man. You can't go into a game thinking about turnovers. Only thing you can do is go into the game focusing on protecting the football. There are certain things that we focus on as an offense, hey, 0 giveaways, making sure that we're winning the turnover margin, and that's our focus. I don't focus on little things about myself, you know what I'm saying? I focus on my technique. I focus on one play at a time. I focus on being the best teammate that I can be and leading these guys to a win. Ultimately, I have to put them in the best position to win, and when it's time for me to make the play for the team, as a great quarterback, I have to make that play, and I am.
Jameis, you've taken ownership of those pick sixes and the plays that you would like to have back. How much do you value accountability and holding yourself accountable in front of your team and the media and everybody?
Man, accountability, dependability, credibility are three things that those abilities are very important to me, right? Because if you're able to take the good, you should be able to address the not so good. If you're able to want the best from one of your teammates, you should be able to take the criticism from media or from coaches as well. And I think it's a balance between both. Obviously, I don't want to get criticized, and I don't want to have to talk about bad football. But when it does arise, you be accountable for it and you get better.
Jameis, this is a football team that not only can intercept the ball, but they're really great at forcing fumbles.
Yeah.
So ball protection.
Yeah, just having a heightened awareness that this is a great team. This is a great defense. Just having a heightened awareness when I'm in the pocket, and just going out there and just playing. Man, I love this game, and it's more about the game and just snapping and clearing and having fun and going out there and doing what God has blessed me to do. Not worrying about the opponent. It's a faceless opponent. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they're a good defense. But every week, it's a faceless opponent. Like, how can I be the best version of myself for this team?
Hey, what does it mean to you, Jameis, that your teammates are solidly behind you after you said you apologized to them? What's it mean that they're so solidly behind you?
It means that they know I got their back, so they got my back. You know, and again, it's that dependability. They know they can depend on me when the time is there, right? And I have to continue to prove that to them and not just say it.
Hey, Jameis, in 2021, the last time, you kind of had extended period starting. I think it was 14 touchdowns and 3 picks.
Yeah.
What did you do so well in that stint to have that great ratio?
Yeah, well, I mean, we stayed ahead of the chains. We were efficient in the running game, and you know, and things just went well. You know, I believe that my whole process of playing the quarterback position is to focus on those decisions. When you're making great decisions, the outcome doesn't necessarily matter until it does, right? And I know we can get, even in our lives, we can get so outcome oriented instead of the true integrity and the values that we possess. And I continue to focus on that. I'm gonna make when I'm making great decisions, I'm playing good football, and the outcome will happen in my favor.
So on those last 2 picks, did it feel like it looked like those guys were open? So were the decisions right?
The decisions was right. The technique, is an out-breaking route. You can't leave the ball inside. I done seen that. I've seen that a lot. You know, that's not my only pick 6 to the left that I've seen that I had to go and chase down. You know, when you leave the ball inside on throws to the left and the receiver's out breaking, that happens. That happens in the NFL. When you're in the red zone and the ball is low, you know, you get picks. You know, and that honestly, the one that Nick, I don't know his last name, the one that he made, Bendino, that was a great play. Like he hid behind Jordan. I threw it and he just snuck in there and he took it to the house. You know, they make good plays too. He's having a great year. But as a quarterback, man, I had my read to the right. When I come back, I can't be patting the ball. I got to let that ball fly or scramble and do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the split-second decisions that the quarterbacks have to make. And sometimes when those decisions, when you're not making the decision at the right time, when you're not, when you're patting the ball or something, that's how sack fumbles coming. You just have to learn from that and try to avoid those situations.
James, when did you really kind of mature and grow in your way that you handle games? Have you always? I mean, was there a moment where you went from dwelling on it to much now kind of moving on and getting?
Well, the biggest year that that in the case 2019 was one of the most up and down years I've probably in NFL history. But for me, I mean, I was having some stuff going on, and that year is where I felt like I thought about it too much. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I love the game, but I thought about negatives too much. And you can't think positive and negative at the same time. There's no way that your brain can do that. Like, you're either gonna think positive or you're gonna think negative. It's one or the other. And I believe that just weighed on me because I wanted to do so good. But and I think after that year I had to understand, again, being around Drew, being around talking to Byron and Clyde Christian and BA after that season, because we did great on offense. I just had some unfortunate turnovers. And turnovers that can change the outcome of a football game. So talking to them, man, Jameis, keep focusing on your decisions, right? Keep on playing, Jameis. Don't let that define you. And that's what I'm doing right now in my career. I'm not gonna let a narrative of turnovers define who I am. I'm gonna continue to step back up to the plate. That's a baseball reference. I was a great baseball player too. Keep on stepping back up to the plate. And swinging for the fences, but man, I'm swinging to hit line drives. Sometimes when that home run, when it's right down the middle, it's high inside for me. You hit it out the park, But when you got a good pitcher that's staying low and away, man, you hit a line drive in the right center, and you live to fight or live to have another at bat.
We're gonna take a couple more.
you've only been part of the rivalry for the one game here, but this organization hasn't beaten the Steelers twice in the season since 1988.
Yeah.
In a year where some of your bigger goals obviously have kind of gone away here, how important or how beneficial or how much of a motivating thing is it for you guys to kind of get that done this year and then beat this team?
It's beautiful, just the history, when you think about the history of any organization, and definitely this organization with beating the Steelers, right? Again, man, getting a win in general is going to be important to the organization. The fact that we have an opportunity to do it against the Pittsburgh Steelers is going to be even better. I love statistics. I love history. And hopefully, Lord willing, man, we can get that for this city, for this organization.
James, what did you think about the hit on Trevor Lawrence, and then the discussion about quarterback slides, and do you have to slide earlier and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, like personally, as a quarterback, man, we have to be able to protect ourselves, right? When we're sliding in the middle of defenders, feet first, like that's tough. Like they're taught to hunt, and I think in terms of the defender, man, I do believe that sometimes you can let up and you can let them go, but man, that's tough. This is football that we play. And, and NFL has done so much to protect the quarterback position, like especially within the pocket. When we outside the pocket, I had to play where I knew it was helmet to helmet, but I was getting sacked. And I asked John, I said, it's helmet to helmet. He said, Jameis, you getting sacked and you can throw it around. I didn't know the guy was going to hit you in the head. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't say that, but that's what I heard. But I know I got hit in the head. But I believe, man, it's an unfortunate situation. I hope Trevor is healing well. But I think as quarterbacks, when you slide feet first into a crowd of defenders, man, they're taught to hunt. Like we have to find a better way to protect ourselves. And I think the 3-game suspension, like it's out of my control, But man, I think everyone has a role in protecting the quarterback, defenders, and ourselves.
Jameis, you got a taste of the Cleveland-Pittsburgh rivalry in Cleveland. Now you guys are taking it over to Pittsburgh. All the terrible towels. You've got Alex Highsmith coming back.
Yeah.
All the usual suspects. DJ. What kind of intensity and just?
Man, I know it's going to be an amazing game. One, because they have great players, and two, they have an excellent head coach who's been here before and knows about protecting their house. So we're going to have to go in there with our excellent head coach and be ready and be more prepared than that Pittsburgh Steelers team.
James, so I know you said that you're not a Brown until you beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. With history saying that we haven't beat them twice in 1 year, how important is that to you?
Man, it's important to me because you're my brother. So we got to go out there and fight for each other, and we got to go out there and find a way. And I do believe that we can find a way. Do you believe?
Yes, sir.
All right.
You good?
Thank you. All right.